What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Comic Run with Tiffany. And of course, I'm your host, Tiffany. And also my best special guest, of course, Mariah.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about the Belle episode of Game of Thrones. All right. So since this episode ended, there have been so many mixed feelings and hatred on this episode.
My feelings are just mixed. Like I'm upset. I think we could have gotten 2 more seasons out of this bullshit that they're giving us at 6 episodes.
They should have gave us.
They should have given that to us at least. Like, if you're going to destroy character arcs, at least give us a good reason why.
Right? And I was so pulling through for Jaime.
He was meant to die. But
He was meant to die, but not in that way. And not that, like, I don't know.
like, he did do a lot of, like, character development, and then it just all went to shit.
They just threw it away.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily threw it away, but it's kind of like, I thought that was more like, oh, that's the kind of hold that his sister has on him. But
I felt like they could have done it differently and gave it more of a story as to why he went back. And then just like, I got my booty call. There we go.
The
and I'm going
same
back.
could be said about literally every other situation
Total
that's been
fuck
going
boy.
on. Such a fuck boy. Can you imagine?
But, okay.
You lose your V card to some guy and he goes back to his ex. Ugh.
Right?
Every high schooler ever.
Go back to Tormund and Brienne. Please go back. He will take you back.
He definitely would. He doesn't even care
No.
that you swiped it with someone else. Like, he's just pro-woman. But
Total feminist.
total feminist. Love Tormund. Have you seen the little comics that they're making of Tormund and Ghost?
Yeah, I saw there's this one where, like, meanwhile in Winterfell, like, it showed Ghost and Tormund sledding down the hill.
No, they're making a lot of cute fan art, like adventures of Tormund and Ghost, and
I would like to see that side story.
so cute. I would watch that little Game of Thrones spinoff, just the two of them. Especially after this bullshit, but
Right. Just give us some little, like, happiness now.
happiness, please. I'm begging you.
All right. So the episode opens up with Varys pretty much tweeting to the whole world of who Jon Snow is.
Yeah, I think that's going to come back in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he got his message out already. So we'll see if that amounts to anything. But then again, all this speculation and theories, and the show writers just, like, are writing on a chalkboard. So who
Yeah.
knows?
And who knows if those letters got out on time. I mean, he had his little person helping him around and stuff, but
They're saying that she was poisoning Danny, or that he was trying to poison her.
Yeah, I heard that theory.
He did the Mad King.
mm-hmm.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Like, he had I guess that's where they show where he took off his jewelry, and that was kind of like evidence. That's where he was hiding the poison or something.
Yeah, that was deliberate. Like, who takes off their rings before they're gonna die unless they were important? It was either the little girl's payment or more of the poison. So
Yeah, who knows? But, like, pretty much what happens was, yeah, he was just writing out letters, trying to tell the whole world, because he does not want Daenerys to be queen, because everyone see her, she's going slowly mad.
And that was like a whole little switcheroo too, because he was pro Danny, like 45 minutes ago, and then all of a sudden everything just changed, and now it was like, no, it has to be Jon Snow. And I'm like, you were just riding her dick like last episode, and all of a sudden, again,
Yeah.
we need more time.
But he was also supposed to be, like, you know, kind of put her in a place like, hey, you're going crazy here. And that's
did.
what she wanted is for him to tell her like, hey, put me on check. But when you do, she gets pissed off and does her own thing anyways. So,
and it's pretty much come to bite her in the ass. Like, she didn't listen to Sansa. Look what happened. All she had to do was let her men rest. They just need a little nap. Now her fucking dragon is dead.
Her dragon's dead. Her best friend's dead. So who's gonna do her braids?
Girl, you saw her wig that last episode. It was tore up.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody braiding her
She
hair.
ain't got her best friend to do her anymore. She gone. And that's what broke her entirely, my hair.
She's like, God damn it.
So Varys finds Jon Snow once he arrives from the ships. Pretty much tell him like, hey, I know who you are. You are the true heir. We want you to be the true heir. Go for it. And Jon's like, I don't want it.
Well, yeah, because he's true to his word, like to a fault. God bless him. Because he made promises, and by God, he's going to fucking keep them.
But then he does, like, there are some promises that can be broken. Or waited.
After this episode.
Okay, so he made some promises, and he should wait them off. And the next thing we go into is Tyrion and Daenerys. They have their talk about who betrayed who, and pretty much she knows that it was Jon, and she wanted Tyrion to hear him say it.
Oh, she's pissed at everybody.
She thinks everyone's against her. She sees that from previous episodes after, like, when they celebrated, they see, like, everyone respects Jon. Everyone went out was like, oh, my God, you rode a dragon. And she's like, I've been riding dragons while she's sipping on her Starbucks cup. So.
No, and that was a good little scene to kind of see how she's unraveling. We need about 3 more episodes of that to justify this entire episode. But, yeah, she's pissed. Like, her hand didn't even go and talk to her about what he's discovered. Like, she pretty much begged Jon, and she doesn't beg. She usually just gets what she wants, and that's it. But she, like, begged him not to tell anything to his sisters, and he still did. And for what? Like, was it really that important? Probably not. They didn't need to know.
No. But, you know, Sansa still wants to, like, she's trying to, like, help have her family have, like, their legacy and live on.
Her main concern is the North.
Yeah.
That's all she cares about, which is great.
But then it's also extra help. It was like, hey, if Jon is, like, the true king, it's all gonna work out, you know.
He'll just leave us alone.
Leave us alone. The Winterfell will be safe, you know. She could do her own thing and rule, and everyone will be in happiness in that terrible little town where no one's happy.
Where everyone's busted.
Right. But then, like, Tyrion's all like, yeah, Varys, and pretty much rats him out, which is kind of sad.
Well, because the thing is, like, it probably would have stayed there with Tyrion. Sansa, of course, would run her mouth, but Tyrion wasn't about to say anything to anyone else. Varys is the one out here writing notes, sending ravens. Who knows who he was sending them to? If he was sending them to, like, different maesters or the heads of the different houses, just to see who they pledged their allegiance to. But maybe we'll find out who the message actually was meant for.
Which will be too quick. Like,
so quick.
It's just like this.
There's a lot to do.
There is a lot to do. And we know those damn ravens don't fly too quickly out for the message. And it's just, now that we're in the last season, I wouldn't be mad, like, hey, we're going to extend it right now.
I could have gotten 2 seasons out of this. I could have gotten the first 5 episodes were, like, waiting up to the long night. And then the last 5 were, like,
pretty much getting the situation settled.
Getting everything set. If you really want to show her unraveling, like, their whole thing was, oh, there's no filler episodes in this season. It's just straight to the point. And I'm like, well, that's almost to a fault, because we need dialogue. Anyone who says they hate a filler episode is a fucking idiot, because we need dialogue to set shit up.
Because it's like, yeah, we get it. Like, Daenerys has had a hard life and trying to get where she's been wanting to be, I mean, she lost like her love, she lost her baby, and like, she had to make some sacrifices and all that stuff, and people like, not thinking she was such a
moral.
great, yeah.
She was always moral and just, and the people that died for sure deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, it's like,
what's going on? Just because, I don't know.
And they keep saying like, oh no, it was foreshadowed throughout all the season. She kept saying that she was going to burn armies and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, she did.
She burnt armies, but not citizens.
Yeah, go burn the city to the ground, by all means. But she would have, like, old Daenerys would have let all of those people out of the city before she burnt that shit to the ground.
Right. And it's pretty much she's going back on her word saying, like, I'm freeing the people.
Yeah,
and she's like,
exactly.
I'm burning the people now.
She's freeing them from their lives. They're all fucking dead.
Burnt to crisp. But yeah, it's just, we'll get into that later when.
Yeah.
So, like, she knows that Jon told his sisters and stuff. So it's like, so she goes like, well, we're going to burn Varys. And she told Varys from the start, like, if you betray me, I'm going to burn you.
Yes. Yes, she did.
And before she burns him, Tyrion's like, it was me, and steps back.
Well, at least he was like man enough to kind of admit it. And Varys like definitely accepted his fate and was like, please let me be wrong. And his whole thing was protecting the people of the realm. Mm-hmm. And the people of the realm got burnt the fuck up.
Yeah, because he's been around for so long with all the
different kings, different rulers, through all of them.
And like, you should like... Daenerys should be able to, like, hey, went up to him, like, hey, what's up? Why are you doing this? I mean, he'll have a good explanation. You know what? You're going down the wrong path. I've seen it with your father, and you're doing the same thing.
He said it, like, once to her.
Yeah.
He's like, you told me if I ever had doubts and blah, blah, blah. He's like, well, this is it. And she was like, okay, bye. And that was it. Just dismissed. I'm like, boy, you could have made your point a little bit more instead of going behind her back and ultimately, like, getting lit up.
But then, like, it was already to the point where she was not stable to even talk to. Like, everyone was afraid of her.
Yeah.
Everyone was walking on eggshells around her because they knew that something's going to happen. Like, she's already, like, done things where, like, she went off.
Yeah.
So
she was just too eager, I feel. Like,
what's the rush?
Exactly. You waited this long before. But then I could see how, like, she definitely just wants shit to be over. But really, you couldn't give your guys, like, a week to rest. You had to make them go now. Like, they expected that because you're so hot-headed.
Yeah, but, she has to have it her way now.
Yeah.
Obviously. And then Jon Snow and Daenerys meet up after the whole burning with Varys, and pretty much Jon rejects her and doesn't give her the D.
That shit was awkward.
Right? Just like, either love me or fear me. Just like, fine, fear me.
Let it be fear. And I'm like, see, that's what happens when you don't get dick.
Right. And he's been still, like, since he found out who he was, he's been super distant with her. It's like, dude, take one for the team. I mean, you already fucked her before. I'm like, might as well do it again. It's like pretty much normal in your bloodline of family.
Well, because in the North, they're very much like, ew, like no incesty, like gross. Where Targaryens, they were like brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles. They were all like marrying each other to keep bloodlines pure. So you could see how it's not that big a deal for her. She's like, well... Like, Rhaegar was 30 years older than me. Like, I didn't even know him.
Right. Still taking his side. Taking on sides of people she barely even knew.
Yeah, like.
But, yeah. And then Grey Worm, Tyrion, and Daenerys have their own little meeting. And Daenerys tells Tyrion if he fucked up again, he's going to be dead. And then Tyrion's, like, pretty much begging her, like, if you hear the bells, if they ring the bells, they're surrendering, and you don't have to.
The fucking bells were mentioned more than twice. I'm like those bells are not going to fucking matter. I already know. Because
she already looked at Grey Worm, and they already had, like, this
It was like the Crips. Yeah. Like, you mentioned it, you're doing too much.
Crips too much. And it's like, it's not safe. The dead are in there as well.
I'm like, and the bells don't mean anything. They really don't.
So, poor Tyrion. But then it also, like...
Because he doesn't want to see the city burnt to the ground.
No, because it's like it's his home. So and like he knows like most of those all those citizens are pretty much innocent, you know.
And
like,
Dragonfire isn't precise. Once it goes, it goes. It's not going to differentiate between soldiers and innocents. It's just going to fucking burn.
Yeah. And like what's really pissed me off was, well, not really pissed me off, it's like the way Tyrion went to find Jaime and try and bust him out, but like his plan was to free his sister.
So bad.
I'm
so
like,
bad.
what the hell, you know? Like, so you want your sister to live? I'm like, that's not going to pan out because she's not going to want to start a new life and live in some little village where she was queen and grew up like, you know, royal. I mean, she's too like...
She's a bitch.
Yeah. It's like, what do you mean? Why are you
Had
telling
things
Jaime
not
that?
turned out the way they did, like let's say an arrow hit Drogon and that was it, she would have lit the shit out of the city the same way Daenerys did. And we would have expected it more from her because she already did it. Like, she's already lit shit up before. That would have been expected. But because she lost, everyone's kind of, I don't know if people are feeling sympathetic towards her, but I'm like, had things gone the other way around, she would have done the same exact thing. There's no reason for that bitch to live. Ever.
Yeah. It was just like that whole scene. I mean, it was nice when they hugged and that was it because that was pretty much their final goodbye. But like that little plan didn't really make sense to me. As you know, Tyrion didn't like his sister, and yeah, he kind of cared because it's family. But like
he just wanted Jaime to get away.
Yeah,
but I think he was hoping that. Like, even Jaime, he was like, every horrible thing that Cersei's done has been in the name of her children. Like, what makes you think I could ever convince her not to do this? And I'm like, dude, he's literally telling you right now that this plan is bullshit. And you're just like, no, it's fine. I'm like, have you met Joffrey? Like,
yeah.
Do you remember that? Like, she did not give a fuck. Every horrible thing she did was for her children.
Yeah. And he told him that he is the stupidest Lannister.
He really is the dumbest Lannister. I don't know. That was questionable. Because I'm like, I don't know. Tyrion's giving you a run for your money right now.
Right? And so just take the boat and leave.
Stupid ass, but...
No, he'll go rescue his love. Because he did say, a couple of seasons ago, when, what's his name? Asked
Bronn.
him, yeah, Bronn, how would you like to die? He's like, in the arms of the woman I love.
Yeah, there was also a whole Valonqar prophecy that got shit on, but whatever.
You're right.
I'm so upset.
And then Sandor and Arya arrived.
How cute was that?
It was. I'm like, oh, this is so awesome. And it was kind of weird. Like, they just start straight up walking into, you know, the city and, like, not even a mask or anything. It's like, fuck it. We're just going to go in. Well, they barely make it in.
I mean, he was wearing, like, a little hood, but no one has seen Arya Stark for, like, God knows how long. They wouldn't even know what she looked like anymore.
I mean, she kind of looks the same.
Also true, but thinking of, like, busted ass old...
True, I guess.
People who don't really have social media and shit, they can't really remember what people look like.
But yeah, I mean, no one's like gonna really pay attention who's really going in because everyone's trying to like find safety and shelter, but they only like let so few in and they close the doors off. Even Jaime couldn't get in and he's trying to lift his hand and look at me, my gold hand.
I can't deal.
But I thought he was gonna go and. Wait, was he the one that rang the bells?
No, I think just some random
soldiers
people, did. Because even the people of the city were like, ring the fucking bells.
Yeah.
We're done. We're done with this.
Because Tyrion, I think Tyrion, like, he told Jaime, he's like, hey, when you go in there, go ring the bell, you know, and, like,
I think that's just the normal sign for surrender. Because Tyrion had mentioned it to Daenerys in the throne room, like, no, when they ring bell, the people that are going to ring the bells, they're going to surrender the city to you. Like, fuck what Cersei wants, the people are going to surrender to you.
But that went the other way.
Huh.
So, let me see. Tyrion House escapes. The battle starts to set. So Jaime tries to get in the city, and then Drogon and Daenerys come in high in this freaking sky.
Yeah.
And pretty much burns the fuck off Euron's Iron Fleets and the Scorpions.
That was kind of good strategy though,
Yeah.
because they were so concerned about making their scorpions as huge and as heavy as possible that they couldn't maneuver for shit. And I'm like, in case you forgot, he's a flying fucking dragon. Like, they got one up on Rhaegal because they didn't expect it and didn't see it, but
now that they expect
now,
it and they know,
he's
it's
just he
like,
can bob and weave, and you can't even move that goddamn scorpion because it's so heavy.
Right.
Like, she went up them on that. That was good war strategy.
yeah.
Yeah.
She totally, like, I was so happy and was like, fuck yeah, get Euron.
Because he was even trying to be like, no, turn it back. I'm like,
Yeah.
you see how heavy that bitch is? They need
Right?
6 men to move that arrow.
What they should have done is just, like, had those arrows pointed in different directions in case they went by and just let them all fly.
Girl, that takes a lot of time and a lot of wood.
Yeah. But
They did
what
not
can you
have
do?
that time.
Nope. They just thought she was just gonna come like normal, like la 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 la, and they'll
Yeah.
shoot him. But she totally like fucked up everything. She even fucked up the Golden Company within
What
seconds.
good were they even?
No.
What good were they? But that's
Nothing.
kind of good.
Yeah, it's like all you heard was about the Golden Company. Like they have that Golden Company army, and they're like the best.
Well, because they were an army of mercenaries. If you
Mm-hmm.
could imagine like 10,000 men that are like the Hound, just trained to kill. But they all look like pussies anyway.
Yeah. So with all that happening, she defeats everything. She burns all of their fucking like weapons and shit. So
Scorpions are dead. Golden
Yep.
Company's dead. Everyone's in
And-
the city. The soldiers don't like Cersei. They don't want to fight for her.
fuck no. And she's all like, they'll fight for me till the end. And when she said that, everyone's
To
like,
the
the
last
bells.
one, I'm like, no one even likes your ass. What could possibly make you think
Right?
that
Ring
they would,
the bells.
Yeah, the only one who is even on that level of fighting till the death was the Mountain, and we all saw what happened there.
Yeah. And like, they were only there because they got paid. Not because they wanted to be there, because they wanted the
Exactly.
money. So
And
it wasn't for loyalty.
What good is money when you're a pile of fucking ashes?
Right.
Like nothing.
So everyone's screaming in the town, like, ring the bells.
Yeah, they're like, we're done with this
Right.
shit.
Bells ring. Daenerys, like, lands her dragon.
She's finally won. It's all come. This is exactly what she wanted, and she pissed on it.
She, like, I don't know what she was. I don't know.
Yo, Missandei said Dracarys, and Daenerys
Said
Dracarys
yes.
all over that. And I'm like, what is she like? I wonder if Missandei's sitting up there and is like, this isn't what I meant,
want it.
bitch. No,
Bitch, I just only meant Cersei.
bitch, burn the Red Keep, not the entire city. The fuck.
All right. And she just burned street after street.
You were not here
Allie.
to be queen of the ashes, and yet here you are.
Now that's another name for her.
Yeah,
Queen of the Ashes.
The unburnt queen of the ashes, mother
Killer
dragon.
of.
Killer of women and children.
Right? That's what she is.
Which is so sad because usually she was so against like harming women and children and the vulnerable and the slaves, and here she comes and it's like
And freeing innocent people.
everything that Cersei told them about you as far as being evil and like this foreigner who just wants to kill everyone, you made it true. And whatever. If that was the way it was supposed to end, that's fine. Give me more as to why it went up to that. Because killing her best friend and dragon in one episode is like not enough of an unraveling. They could have
No.
done that and then given me like a bunch of different little, call them filler episodes if you will, but to just show her unravel. All you did was give me one scene with a bad wig and no makeup, and I'm like supposed to believe that she's actually gone mad.
Yeah, I felt like there had to be more for her to like even snap. Like, I could see, I don't know. Maybe like if they held off for that the dragon that died in that episode of. If she saw one of her dragons die in front of her during that same time, maybe could have triggered it because those are her babies. But like she had no reason to start burning off everyone.
Not the women, like
The children, the
yeah,
citizens.
like all she had to do was burn the Red Keep. She burnt all the armies outside. Like the armies inside had surrendered.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, when the fuck Northerners start like harassing the women too, and I'm like, y'all
Yeah.
had better not. Like
He started killing and raping.
Yeah.
And Grey Worm started that shit because they were all like, okay, we surrender. We're throwing our weapons to you. And Grey Worm...
Well, he's fucking pissed.
He's pissed, yeah,
wants
his loved one,
revenge.
yeah.
So whatever. At least he went and killed soldiers, not
Yeah.
like women and children. Not that I saw, but all of a sudden there's a
he
whole
can't
bunch of
even
like...
rape.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Unsullied aren't rapists. What are they going to do?
So... And then it's just...
That was the fucking Northerners that they brought. Or I don't know who it was in that one scene where he started like harassing this woman, but I was like...
Oh, and John tried to stop him, and he was about to
Yes.
kill him, and it's like, isn't he like your king that you want?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, what is this fuckery going on right now? Just because she went all crazy with her dragon doesn't mean you guys get to go all crazy with the rape.
Yeah. I don't
She's
know.
so against rape.
I don't know what's gonna happen. Like with this new season, it's totally gonna be rushed. It's not even like
So
extended.
rushed. So rushed.
And I felt like with the Jamie and Euron fight, I could have done without.
That was never like a thing.
Mm-mm.
Like, who cares?
Right. Like, hey, I fucked your sister, and that's my
He
baby.
could have
It's
died
like,
on
who
that
gives a
fucking.
fuck?
He could have died on that fucking boat, and I would not have questioned it or even
No.
cared. Like, he really.
His character, I didn't really care for. He was just like a.
He was the worst.
He was the worst. He wasn't even as close as he was in the books at all. He was just some like little hipster pirate.
Whatever. Like that scene where Drogon destroyed his boat, I thought that was the end of him. I was like, okay, that's
Okay,
fine.
good.
Next.
I'm satisfied.
Next. I'm satisfied with that. Could not give a fuck less. And
But
then,
no, he
how
shows
is this
up.
guy the only motherfucker that survives and walks up on the beach? You're telling me that out of all the men on the Iron Fleet, he's the only one that walked up on that beach?
Right?
Like,
There was fire.
shut up.
Drown, you motherfucker.
Just the one. Just the one guy. Not
So-
even like a couple little stragglers.
Yeah, that fight was terrible, and like I just didn't care. And
Don't
he was
care.
just talking shit through the whole time. And it's like,
What, to antagonize him
Yeah.
about fucking his sister? Who cares?
who cares?
Everyone fucked her.
Yeah, even her brother fucked her, so he don't
Cousin
care.
Lancel fucked her. Like, everyone fucked
Everyone. God damn it.
Like, is he really that upset?
No, like Jamie could give a fuck if she's pregnant or not. All he cares about is Cersei.
Yeah.
So, and then Arya and the Hound finally get to the damn, the keep,
Oh, yeah.
and pretty much the Hound tells her, "You need to leave.
Yeah.
Don't be like me." And he's like, "Sandor, thank you."
Well, yeah, because he kind of like,
He cares for her so much.
oh, God.
It was just sad. I'm like, oh no,
The
this is the
cutest
final
moment.
goodbye.
But I think more could have been said between him and her.
Yeah, like it was too brief. Like all that shit that they done.
You're really going to undo years of this, like, sense of vengeance that she had by just being like,
Okay,
you're going to die. She's like,
all right.
oh, so I'm gonna head on back. Maybe marry Gendry, make some cute babies. Yeah. That seems like a good idea now. And it's like, he should have like thrown her ass out of like one of the lower windows to get her out of the keep and then just let the
Yeah,
rebel
because
fall.
like she's been like since like day one. She's
Hell
like, I
bent.
hate fucking Cersei.
No, girl. She said, I'm going to kill the
Yeah.
queen. Which queen?
That's true.
She got a different
But she
queen.
wanted
Oh, yeah,
originally
for
Cersei.
sure it was Cersei.
And she was so close, and I feel like she couldn't just back down. Like, all right, bye.
Yeah, exactly. Or she could have just waited there. Cersei ran down those stairs like 2 minutes after. She could have just knifed her
Awkwardly
then.
ran down the stairs.
So funny.
It's-
She's like, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
get
they
out of
finally
here."
meet up,
Get
the
out of
Hound
way.
in the Mountain.
Clegane Bowl. The only good thing about this episode was that.
Cryburn?
Oh, that was great.
God. I was like, she's like telling the mountain, like, no, stay by my side and protect me. And he's
Stay
like,
by
who
your queen."
bitch?
Boom.
Boom. Crushed his skull. I'm like, all right,
Like
that was
a
easy.
fucking
Fine.
watermelon. After all the bullshit that he was the one who invented those scorpions,
Mm-hmm.
caused a lot of heartbreak for myself. I was so glad to see. I was so glad to see his head just
Smashed.
in pieces. Amazing. In less than a second. Like, fuck you. You did not deserve a grand death.
No.
You got your ass smashed into a column.
Right?
Boom.
Pretty much like, he just pretty much threw him. And that was it.
Yeah.
And Cersei's like, oh, shit.
She's
He's
like,
not under my command anymore.
Not even that, but like Qyburn is the one that made him. You would
Yeah.
think like he would have done anything for Cersei, but the second he saw his brother,
Brother,
there was that
that's
switch. That was it. He was
That
like,
one part of his brain woke up and he's like, brother.
he's like, that's the one thing that could make
matters.
him. Yes, exactly.
He's like, I want him dead. That's number one for me. Cersei's pushed back. And Cersei's like, shit, they're face to face, and she goes like awkwardly, like, I'm gonna go now.
She was tiptoeing around that bitch.
That was so hilarious. I'm like, are you serious? That's it? But that was so funny and awkward.
That whole scene, beautiful, beautiful cinematography. The fire, the dragons, the empty roof, the bricks, the stairs, all of it was fantastic. All of it was great.
It was just sad. I kind of like wept a little bit once they boop.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, and I was kind of like, he just smashed Qyburn's head like a fucking watermelon, and he's been throwing the hound around like pretty hard, and he's still not dead. I'm like,
Right?
probably
And he
could have
was squeezing his eyes in
Oh, yeah.
to his skull, but yet he had one eye left.
He had one eye.
I don't know
I
how
guess.
that worked, because it looked like they were pretty much in there. But
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, my God, he's about to Oberyn this motherfucker. I was like, no, I don't think I could stand it if, like,
and then started
he got
stabbing
killed
his
like
head.
that. But the thing is that the Mountain, his past has shown us that he is easily capable of just
Yeah.
like so I'm surprised that the Hound didn't go out almost that easily, and then just let the rubble crush the Mountain, and that was it. But I guess it was very poetic how he died. They all died by fire and stuff.
Yeah. He died in his one true fear.
Yes.
Fire. But he knew, like, there's no way of stopping him
Oh,
because
he
he's
knew
a
he was
fucking
gonna
zombie.
die. He knew he was gonna die regardless. He was just pissed.
He just wanted that shit
So that's
over.
why he was pretty much telling Arya, he's like, look at me. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm about to go die right now because I've been so pissed for my whole life. Like, do you really want
So
this?
vengeful.
Do you
Don't
want
be like
this?
this.
Like, this is dumb. Look at what I'm about to go do. This is dumb.
And there's no way Arya could even helped at all.
Oh, God, no. Mm-mm.
She'd been crushed like Qyburn.
Yeah. That would have been insane.
Yeah.
Like I said, all she had to do was wait at the bottom of those stairs. Cersei would have been right at her, but she ran. Well, not ran, but she left.
You know, she left, tried to hide, and
Got fucked up by
fucked
some
us
rebel.
so much. I felt like that scene was pretty too long. It's like, I get it. She's trying to survive through all that shit. But, like, more like, okay, what's going on with, John and everyone else?
I watched the Inside the episode on that, and they were like, we had to show the destruction through the eyes of a character that you all care about, and everyone cares about Arya.
Yeah,
So
but
they're
like,
like, we have to show the
kind of
horror,
know it's like she's gonna survive till the end.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay,
They
that's
just
good.
had to show like how
It's like for me,
she's processing it, I guess, because she's like, this was not the fucking plan. Like, this
yeah,
is
at all.
not supposed to happen.
But it's like,
And she's a part of the bad side, basically.
Mm-hmm. but I felt like all that time used to film her, they could have used more, story.
I needed to see a little more John. I saw a funny meme that was like, Kit Harington's the highest paid extra ever. And I was like, I'm kind of
Pretty
feeling that
true.
way too, because he had a couple moments where you could see like his whole moral dilemma and stuff. But I'm like, no, I need more. I need to see if he's like actually trying to stop Daenerys. He's probably pissed that he doesn't have a dragon to go up and stop her on.
And he didn't even try to stop a Grey Worm. He just like watched him.
No, and then
Exactly.
they showed that little snippet where John's trying to get them to fall back and retreat,
Yeah.
and Grey Worm catches him. So I'm like wondering if Grey Worm's gonna go and snitch to Daenerys and be like, "Yo, he tried to like stop the fight."
Well, he
and
didn't-
stuff."
He didn't agree to that plan. She never told him.
Yeah,
you know?
but the way. You know her.
Yeah, she'll
well,
twist
not
it.
even that. She's just, if they're going to go whole Mad Queen status, she's going to be
Yeah.
like, well, you said I was your queen. If I demand that the city gets fucking burnt.
But
You do
everyone
it.
knew, like, if you hear the bells, besides, and she even told Tyrion, like, hey, we'll surrender if they surrender with the bells. So that's when Tyrion told Jon, like, hey, if you hear the bells, they're going to surrender.
And I think that I almost want to believe that she had every intention of doing that. But
But she's like, fuck it.
no, and then like I said, I saw the stupid Into the episode afterwards, and then they were like, well, you see, she looked at the Red Keep and her family built it, and then
Well, she destroyed it.
And then she just snaps because of all the things that it's culminated to. And I'm like, what things? What
Yeah.
culmination? What are you talking about? Like, she looked at the Red Keep and then all of a sudden decided that, no, like her arc over the past 7 seasons has just
It doesn't
been,
connect to what her decision was.
Yeah. I could have, if you would have given me like 2 or 3 more episodes of her really unraveling and going Mad Queen status and like drinking wildfire, just like her dad, I would have been like, oh, this bitch is in for some shit. But
Like going dark. But she only had like a
Yeah.
day to cry, and then she's like, okay, let's go fucking
let's
fight.
go. Yeah.
So it's not enough.
No.
Not enough. So after Cersei sneak off, Jamie finds Cersei, and they go down in the below the underneath the keep. And Cersei does not want to die. She wants her baby to
All
live.
of a sudden.
Yeah, and she finally figures out the whole time since she's been the whole season just staring out from her castle and drinking wine, which she got paid like $1 million per episode for doing that. So
I know.
that's pretty awesome.
The thing is, though, that whole moment was full of shit. Because if she
Yes.
really didn't want to die, she would have surrendered.
Yeah.
Because she thought she really had the upper hand because they had a shit ton of scorpions and she thought she was going to win.
Mm-hmm.
And they had told her a long time ago, like, there's no winning this for you. There really isn't. Like, for the sake of your child, just surrender. Like, is being queen really
Even
that
Tyrion
important?
told her that so many times. Surrender.
Yeah,
You are
I'm like-
gonna lose.
Being queen was that important to her. And I'm like, for what? You have no heir or whatever little fetus you had, but there was no heir, hardly any heir to the throne. There was no family for you to leave behind. Like,
She was the only one.
no, it was all very selfish. And then all of a sudden she was like, I don't want my baby to die. And I'm like, well, you should have thought about that before.
Right? It's like, why did it take you so long to process that in your mind?
Like, you really thought those bells were going to save you.
Right?
And look what the fuck happened. This could have been avoided. You didn't have to kill her friend.
Mm-mm.
Now your baby's going to die.
Eye for an eye, bitch.
Lord.
And that's not how I wanted her to go.
I mean,
I wanted like more from all the bad shit that she fucking did. I thought she like some kind of way, like I didn't want her to die like just because she got crushed.
everyone always wants an epic death for the villains in these seasons. And they just, I feel like they
Or
just,
something, or at least commit suicide.
Yeah. Or they just like,
You know?
Yeah.
Like she drank poison. Just like the way she like her daughter died. You know?
But I
Something
think
like that.
what they're trying to do is be like, these people are such pieces of shit that they don't deserve awesome deaths. They're just going to get crushed by rocks or poisoned at a wedding or shot with crossbows on a fucking toilet, you know? Like, they get shitty deaths because they're shitty people. The only one that got a really, really good death was Ramsay Bolton.
Yes, that
'Cause
was
fuck
amazing.
him.
But still, like even Cersei, because she was behind through all that stuff. But like I felt like something than just being crushed, and her just seeing like emotionally like breaking down. I'm like, really? Like I
Yeah,
don't know.
it made people have sympathy for her towards the end. I'm like, did y'all forget like 2 episodes ago?
Yeah.
Quick.
She was hated for a reason. She did that part great. And I don't know, I felt like
I'm more upset that they just like built up all this shit about the prophecies throughout all the seasons. They even showed that goddamn episode with Maggie the Witch.
Mm-hmm.
And then it had nothing to do with anything. Like, she was supposed to be killed by her little brother.
that didn't
Where did
happen.
that? Yeah, and it would have been like awesome if it was Jamie.
Or
but-
like if he said like, okay, I have my sword, I'm gonna kill you, then I'm gonna kill me. Something like that.
Something like that. The whole prophecy was that she was going to be strangled, looking into the eyes of the Valonqar. Whatever. But that doesn't fit their narrative because Jamie only would have killed her if she was doing something awful. And it wasn't her this time. It was Daenerys. I'm like, imagine if Cersei was the one that would have burnt the city to the ground so that Daenerys couldn't have it. That would have been way more fitting.
Right?
Jamie would have had to have killed her.
I mean, if it went the other way around, I think it could have happened that way because you did see the what's it called?
The
That green
wildfire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I wanted,
placed
yeah.
randomly in the city.
Yeah, I
But-
did see that.
So she did kind of have a plan that she was going to burn the city no matter what.
Yeah, but she did it for her times 10.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, towards the end, you have Arya and the Pale Horse. That
Death rides the
yeah.
pale horse.
was kind of random. I didn't think that was going to happen.
Well, in the book, George R.R. Martin has like a whole pale horse narrative going on.
The revelations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I mean,
the second I saw that, I was like, all this time, Arya kept saying throughout the seasons, I'm going to kill the queen. I'm going to kill the queen. And now it's kind of like, okay, well,
she's going to kill
she's
the queen.
the queen. But then there's that other prophecy. She's supposed to shut brown eyes, blue eyes, and green eyes. Green eyes is supposed to be Cersei. Who the fuck else has green eyes? Who's she gonna kill?
Well, didn't it show, like, close-ups recently that Daenerys had some green eyes?
In the book, Daenerys has purple eyes.
They showed that in the earlier
Yeah.
episodes, but then they turned different later on the season.
Just because Emilia Clarke
Yeah.
didn't want to wear contact lenses. Like
Wear
they
purple
could
contact.
have CGI'd her damn eyes.
Serious?
They CGI'd some fucking dragons.
It's too much in the budget.
Too much out
It
of
didn't
budget.
Dragons have the purple eyes.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if Arya ends up killing her. They think Jon might kill her.
Will Jon even fight to be the king?
And I don't think he will.
I don't know if Jon has the guts to even kill Daenerys.
I think he's almost scared of being tattled on. Like, I think Grey Worm's going to tattle and she's going to be like, well, what the fuck?
But hey. But she didn't really tell him what was going on. That's not his fault. And, you know, even if she did tell him that, he wouldn't have agreed anyways.
Also true. Or she burnt the city to the ground, left it to Jon, been like, you're king of this shit now, and just went back to Meereen where everyone loves her.
That wouldn't make sense because she wants to rule everybody now.
Yeah, or she just gave it. I mean, look how unhinged she was like. She was like, I don't have love here. Fuck everyone here. Like,
That's why she's going to be like, hey, if you
She's
fuck
gonna
with
be
me,
like, "So,
I'm going to burn your
I
asses.
burnt this shit to the ground. If you want to be king, go ahead. Have fun. This is what I left you. I'm going to go back where everybody loves me. And then she'll go off and prosper in fucking Meereen.
Who knows? But, you know, what was it, season 2 when she had her vision?
In the
When she saw the
House
throne?
of the Undying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they show where, like,
Everyone
you know, the
keeps
creep-
going back to that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it means. I mean, I know what it means, but like,
because it shows the keep is tore up.
covered
Apparently
in ash.
covered in at first everyone thought it was snow, but now that we see it's ash because she burned the shit out of it. But she's gonna die because she went in and saw, you know,
Khal Drogo.
Khal Drogo and her son. But then when that witch says, like, you'll see him when the sun sets in the east, that's when you'll see, you know, your family pretty much. And that's what's going to happen to her. Who's going to kill her? We don't know. I feel like if Arya's so pissed, like, I feel like she's going to be so pissed at Jon, like, hey, you fucking trusted this bitch and all that stuff. That
she's probably going to go back and walk up to him and be like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Will she be, like, so pissed off enough that she will kill Jon and use his face? Or will she use that? Or will she find Grey Worm?
No, she would never kill Jon.
Or will she find Grey Worm, kill him, and use his face?
I feel bad for
Grey Worm
Grey
is the
Worm,
only one that
'cause
will get close to Daenerys.
I know, but he wasn't meant to be a villain, and he turned like they killed his lady love. So I feel like he was almost like sure, you can go off, sis.
Mm-hmm.
But
for Arya in her eyes, she won't see that.
no, yeah, I don't know.
Because there's no way Arya can get even near. Because Daenerys doesn't trust anybody now. She's not going to have no hand. She's probably going to kill Tyrion and burn him.
And another thing, like,
Or Tyrion's probably hopefully hiding somewhere.
are we done with Winterfell? Is Winterfell going to find out about this? Or is there going to be, like, some crazy raven that can get to the north in a day?
Unless they all die
And tell
there.
Sansa?
And Sansa becomes the ruler.
Not even that. Okay, let's say, whatever, someone kills Dany. What the fuck happens to Drogon? They better not fucking kill him. He had no part in this.
He was just following
It
orders.
wasn't his fault. He was listening
He
to
was
his mom.
trained when he heard the word Jakartas.
Yeah,
And he's like, Jakarta's fire.
You leave him alone. He is to be protected and loved.
I will call PETA.
I will call everybody if you fucking touch him. No.
But then who knows, because John, look what he did to Ghost. Not even a pet. Not even a goodbye. He's like, see you later, buddy. You're going up in
I'm like, he lost an ear for you, you monster.
Right? Give him a fucking treat.
That was so sad. So
Something.
sad.
And he pretty much passes him on like a potato.
Whatever. He's happier with Tormund. Tormund's obviously like the type of guy that will take him out for walks every day and just like go and hike the mountains, and he'll have so much more fun than if
Right?
he were with Jon. And the wildlings don't have to worry about shit anymore because all the White Walkers are dead.
Right?
So they could just go
Do
off
whatever
and
they want.
make fucking snow angels all day.
Go fuck giants and drink their milk.
Girl, there are no more giants.
Then I don't know.
All the giants are dead.
Hopefully there was one somewhere in the woods.
Hiding somewhere. That would be lovely. Or who knows? Go hang out with the little children of the forest. They're lonely.
Maybe Tormund and Brienne will make a giant.
Also true. I know. Where's Brienne? Is she just chilling in the north too? Like, I want to know if they find out what happens and what they do or say.
I know that can't be just like the end of
You
them.
can't
Like,
leave
just
me
move on.
just in King's Landing without like any Winterfell stuff. And
But if
then
they-
it's like, how is it going to happen in an hour and 20 minutes?
But if they are gonna show Winterfell, it's just gonna be like little bits of a scene, 2-minute scenes, and that's it. We're gonna get from them.
Yeah, like I said, this whole season could have easily been stretched into 2 seasons of 10 episodes, and I probably would have understood more of what's happening and why.
Mhm.
Like, really? That's it for the Night King?
Yeah.
That's it?
Because George R. R. Martin, he's just literally told him like, okay, this is what the end, and it's like they could have done so much,
I'm
but they
still
got
upset
so
about
lazy on that fucking script.
I'm like,
that
you're really going to Dexter
years and
me
years
right now.
of all this, and we get this shit half-fast season.
And you know what? When you're watching it, some of it is amazing.
They didn't even have to split the damn like seasons for 7 and 8. They could have just left it at 7 and just expanded that whole season.
Yeah, easily. But
Because 7 was
whatever.
pretty much, it was dragged on so much. And then like now we're getting 8 and just like boom, 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 boom.
yeah, and they're like, oh, well, we're not giving you guys filler episodes. It's just going to be nothing but action. And I'm like, no, we
No.
need filler sometimes. We really do.
Because that's what makes the action so epic.
Not even. It explains the action even more. It's like, oh, her reasoning for this was doing this. Oh, your reasoning for shitting on 7 seasons of character development is this. Instead of just like, oh, she just snapped. Like, really? You spent all
That's
this
it.
time making like an awesome female character and you're going to like PMS made her do it? Fuck that. Fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
And then, like, I was reading, it's like, oh, because she was there by herself just watching, and she didn't have an advisor to tell her what to do. I'm like, I think she's smart enough
Are you fucking kidding me?
What's right and wrong. I mean, she could have just
She doesn't need these fucking
left it how it
men.
was, and she had been, like, the savior.
Not
But
even
no.
that, but now they're just writing her off as like, oh, well, you know, bitches be crazy, and it's, ugh. Really?
Yeah. And then it's
Really?
like, everyone, since that whole town is so burned up, everyone else from the other kingdoms, they're going to be like,
They're gonna be like, yo, what the
what
fuck?
the hell? And it's like, you're no different from
Like,
what you
you were
said.
cool.
And now it's like,
Yeah, is Yara Greyjoy gonna follow her now? Like,
fuck no, she's not. She's so against that. She needs people to even rule, but it's like, now all she has is pretty much an army.
yeah.
Of people and not even,
if she
like,
wants to rule by
civilians.
fear, I mean, she saw how that ended up.
So it's like,
And her whole entire thing was to avoid the sins of her father, to not end up like him, to not do this and not be anything like him, and blah, blah, blah. And now it's just, oh, after 30 minutes of discussion, we've decided that she's going to be exactly like the Mad King and do everything opposite of what she had been saying for the past 7 fucking seasons.
Yeah.
But whatever.
They could totally develop her as the Mad Queen, but in a different way.
Well, not even
Just
like,
slowly her going mad, yeah.
like people are so
Not a
dumb. They're
snap.
like, no, it totally was foreshadowed. Do you remember when she lost her temper that one time for like 4 seconds? I'm like, that does not equal
What she
that.
did.
Like, no, that doesn't count as foreshadowing. She was pissed and that was it.
Yeah, and what did she do? She just killed a bunch of army people who were gonna go and try to kill her anyways.
She killed men who didn't bend the knee, and that was it. These women and children.
She did not kill civilians.
If that was it, and the town surrendered, and Cersei was gone, they probably would have just. Of course, they would have been afraid at first, but once they start, like they wouldn't have had a choice. I don't think the people would have rebelled against her with what their fucking baguettes and brooms.
Right.
There was no one to fight against her like that. And then she would have just helped them and been a good queen, and that was it.
Because they would have heard her story like, hey, she freed a bunch of people. Cool. We need change.
Yeah.
But she's no different now from Cersei, which...
No different. Cersei would have done the exact same thing she did.
She was already planning it. She already had the green flame, like...
She blew
set
up the scepter already.
Yep.
Like, she has no problem. She kept the people in the Red Keep because she didn't care about what happened to them.
So, whatever. Who knows with this next episode... All they show is like Daenerys
Looking over her army. They gave us nothing.
Tyrion just pretty much, I guess, walking around the town, seeing all like of his people.
Destruction.
Just and then did they show Jon Snow?
I don't think so. Not
I
that
don't remember,
I saw.
unless he was being standoffish, like always, the same face. And then they show
all
Arya.
you had to do was dick her down, and she would have been in like a much better mood.
Seriously,
Like, you see what Arya did with some good dick? She killed the goddamn Night King.
right?
Ugh.
She got a proposal. She went on
After one time.
and then she got a proposal, and she's like, you know what? I can do better. I'm gonna go kill that queen. Maybe I'll come back.
I mean, see, and then we don't even get to... Unless they... Oh my god, if they Lord of the Rings it, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. You know what I mean, bitch. Like, oh, here's a snippet. Oh, fucking 5 years later, Arya and Gendry are married. Oh, fucking Sansa's running Winterfell, and that's it. Oh,
Everyone's all happy.
John's off in the north because he went into exile with Tormund. Like, if they
And then
Lord of the Rings
and then
me,
you'll see the little children in the forest running around prancing.
if they Lord of the Rings me, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. But in a way,
There's no time for that anyway.
yeah, there's no time. That's the thing. There's just no time. Like, I want to see what happens to people after all this madness happens. I want to see what the fuck the results of it is. I could get a whole nother season of that.
I just.
But I have a feeling you're really gonna Lord of the Rings me.
Probably. We'll see what happens. But like, I'm not looking forward to this episode. I'm very like.
I'm sad.
I'm sad. I'm scared of how this is going to all develop in this last episode. And it's like...
Why couldn't they just, like, Breaking
shit
Bad
on
me?
it.
Like, Breaking Bad was beautiful at the end. You know, it wasn't rushed. It was a great... beginning to end. Perfect. None of the story arcs were fucked up. Everyone experienced growth. Everyone admitted to their wrongdoings. Like, Breaking Bad was just so well done. And then you're... God. Then you get this shit.
They didn't have to, like, rush it. I'm so sure that...
You're really telling me there wasn't enough money?
HBO could be like, yeah, we'll give you another contract for a season. Because everyone's watching this shit.
Everyone's obsessed with it. Everyone's obsessed. Not even... Well, I guess it's kind of hard to do when you're just getting, like, cliff notes from the author of what he's maybe thinking about doing with the books. But they were so off the books to begin with.
Yeah, but they could have, like, since he gave them the ending, there was so much time where they could develop that script to make it, like, you know, hey, like...
But is that really George R. R. Martin's
But who
ending?
approved this shit? It's like, yeah, that's good. Let's just do it.
You know what also upsets me is that people that are making up... Well, not making up, but, like, theorizing these, like... conspiracies about Game of Thrones, they are so much more elaborate than the actual fucking show writers. Like, all the theories that we're reading, it's like, oh, it would be awesome if this turned into this, because remember last season or this season, this happened, and now all of a sudden, maybe this happens.
And that was like,
And then it's like,
since
oh,
the beginning
no.
of time this show started, they've been doing the conspiracies, and it's like none of you could have like went on YouTube and just heard of one of their conspiracies.
Yeah,
or something like
I'm
that?
like, the last good one was about Jon being a Targaryen, and like everyone was like, oh fuck, that was so elaborate and well thought out.
And then it
this
happened.
shit, it's like, what's even fucking happening? Like, oh god, some of the weird people on Reddit are more creative than the actual show writers. They're
Right.
fucking writing this shit on a chalkboard, and they're like, oh, we'll go with that. Can't even deal.
Right. And they'll probably like do other like side stories on this, like before this story of Game of Thrones.
Are you gonna watch the documentary?
Of course I am. I have to, because I'm not gonna be.
I know, I
I'm
wanna
probably not
see-
gonna be satisfied, so I need to watch something
be
that's
like,
gonna make
no.
me happy.
Where did this shit go south? Who fucked up?
Right?
I want to fucking know.
Take names.
Who did it? Who's responsible?
Going to the consumers. Complain.
I can't. But yeah, I really want to know who did what and whose fault this all is.
Where can we find where they live and egg their house?
I'm gonna still watch it though, but you know, it's not that it's bad. It's just there's not enough time.
There's not enough time, and
And just-
we could have done without the damn 2 first episodes. They could have like
They
done
could have
something a little bit
condensed
more,
that into
yeah,
one.
and
Like
give
the
us an
reunions
extra.
or like whatever.
Yeah, they could have condensed those maybe 30 minutes, probably, and then just
Yeah.
gave more story to these characters.
Like
and gave us
Sam
what-
didn't have to come back this season.
No,
He didn't need to be there. He was so fucking useless the
He
entire
was.
time.
he was laying on the ground.
He
Oh, that
killed-
damn battle
He killed more
scene.
people than the goddamn Night King.
Right? And he's all like, John. I'm like, fucking John, you better not run back to him, because if you do, you're going to die, just like all of them who tried to help this fucking
my
badass.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's, even though they're like, oh no, but the episodes are fucking 80 minutes long. Yeah, but
it's not enough
like
time.
80
It's
minutes
not
of fuck
time.
shit. Like,
Gave you 80 minutes, but then they're also giving you some scenes that we could do without.
not even that, but it's still not explaining. Like, really, you're doing in 6 episodes what you try to do in 10? Maybe those extra 4 episodes would have been really good dialogue and setup for all this other shit that was happening. Like,
I need to believe the reasons.
yes, exactly. Like, I don't believe that after a day of her being pissed about them killing her friend that she just decided to do this. Like,
Right. And for her knowing what her friend wanted for her future and what she came from.
yeah, she was all
It's
about
like-
freeing the slaves and helping the
Yeah.
common people. And now you're just going to burn the common people to the ground?
That's like totally opposite. It's like, dude, your best friend would not back your shit up. She'd be like, what the hell, bitch? This
Like,
is
yeah,
not what.
burn the walls, burn the keep, even burn
That's
the
it.
goddamn bell. The people didn't have to burn. You
No.
could have left their little condos alone.
Little condos.
They look like little
Pretty much,
condos,
yeah.
girl.
But yeah, it's like, I don't know. From all the stories that she heard from her friend, how she grew up and stuff, and like they went into detail on that, like that's why they were so close and everything.
Yeah, because they know what it means to be under the rule of a tyrant.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't want that. Ugh. See, that's... Ugh. And then they just piss on it.
Yeah, so we'll find out on Sunday's episode. I mean, me and Mariah would be
This
texting
whole
each
podcast
other
has
and be
been
like,
nothing
what the
but,
heck?
like, disappointment.
All we sent was gifts. I was like, mine was like, I'm fucking shocked.
Yeah. Brennan was making fun of me because, like, my jaw was on the fucking floor after that entire episode. I was like,
I was like, that's it. And then, like, that's how they end it. I mean, the ending didn't really bug me as much, but, like, it was
whatever,
just-
man. The death rides the pale horse.
Yeah.
Arya's about to fuck some shit up. Who knows who she's going to kill? She'll probably kill
We don't
everybody.
even know whose face she's gonna wear.
Yeah.
Maybe she will wear Tyrion's. Maybe like if Daenerys is gonna set up, his
I think
death
she's
trial.
so pissed. She's gonna be like, "Nah, when I kill you, you're gonna know it's me. A girl's name is Arya Stark, motherfucker." Like,
Yeah, but she could totally pull off her mask. It's me, not
Oh.
Tyrion.
she'd
What's
have to
up?
walk on her knees.
Yeah. I mean, she was tall that one time. So, who knows what's going to happen.
We'll see.
But yeah, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed our
Ranting.
our disappointment. And because we're not the only ones disappointed. So many people are disappointed. But the memes have been so beautiful.
Memes are so great. Like,
That's
for
what
however
helped me-
bad season 8 is, the memes are as good.
Right. And this is what's winning. I think the memes are winning more than the season.
The internet is honestly what's keeping me alive. Like, Black Twitter's reaction to Game of Thrones is always the best.
Right. It was just so great, especially with that whole Starbucks cup. When they were just reading off the Starbucks guy, was just
Did
reading
you
off
see
the
the
name.
gaff this episode?
The gaff? No.
Like,
Where?
they fucked up again. Girl, Jamie Lannister's hand. They
Oh
didn't
yeah,
get-
they showed a real hand instead of the
It
gold.
was his real hand. I'm like, come on, guys.
Right
Like,
now,
you
they just
made
don't
us-
give a fuck about
You
in
made
this
us
season.
wait 2 years. 2 fucking years. And you're letting this little shit, like you really did not give a fuck. Like, a single fuck.
Right.
But whatever.
But until next time, the next episode,
Until next time.
and we're gonna rant again. All right, see you later.